won't spoil any good crops anymore. All you need to find now is a cross and a belt.
Well, let's start with the belt.
Very well then. To the spinner. Vasilisa and I are going to see the spinner. Understand?
Sure did.
And one more thing. Don't say anything about the Banya or the bride. The spinner can't stand demons, though she looks like one herself. Got it?
Who is the spinner?
A woman of sorts.
What should I say to get the belt?
Good question, Vasilisa. That we needed the belt for a changeling girl. Now, if you show you are of knowledge, that would be good indeed. If she doesn't like you, or should you let anything slip, the cost will be more than we can handle. Got it?
Understood, Grandpa. It's time we were on our way.
Yes, it's better go to her at night. I've arranged a cart for us.
Do you have any Kupala salve left?
If I only knew. We could fly, but feet will do. And another thing. There's this rich fellow, Petrov is his name. He asked me to check on his field. Says demons are ruining his crops. It's not far from Pintek. It so happens. Old houses and banyas are often home to demons. The masters leave, but don't always take their host spirits with them.
You've been telling me how you got your Khaldun power.
Right. Where were we? So, I became a shepherd boy. Well, I think that's it. Everything turned out all right, as you see. Next time I'll tell you how I got out of it.
What sort of spirits are those Baniks?
Masters of the bathhouse, like Susetko in an izba. Still call upon Jan or Voipil.
We should tell everyone about the Chorts we've met. You know, to warn the good people, right?
Everyone knows, but not everyone believes. How did you end up with a cross?
Oh, it's nothing. I myself. Since then, when I see a fire, I remember that Tridut and those screams. I fished the cross from the River of Blood, Vaisa. Are you happy now? Do you understand about the fire now? Ah.
What are you going to do with your new bride?
Well, we'll get a farm. An excellent izba. And children eventually. What a life it will be.
Be careful, though. Who knows? The Bannock might be back.
That's good. The mother-in-law is always welcome.
It seems that you're the fiercest of them all. Let's go. We'll talk later.
You catch a whiff of the disgustingly sweet smell of rot. Cold fear enters your soul when you guess what might be the source of the smell. A human body lies nestled in the grass. It is already unrecognizable from decay. You see an old wooden cross upon its breast. You dig a small grave and push the dead man inside. You read a prayer and continue your journey. A snake by its tail, swinging it from side to side. A swishing sound of the snake's body and its angry hissing fill the swamp area. You start reading your Zagavers. The demon immediately forgets its toy and jumps straight in your direction. At least the snake manages to escape. Despite the late hour, sounds of celebration are coming from the village. It turns out that a festive dinner has dragged on and turned into a non-stop festival. You notice the worried host, who looks like he can't wait to say goodbye to his guests. You offer to disperse the festival for the host. His distrust of you vanishes when, after a couple of your Zagavers, furious winds send the suddenly worried guests scurrying home. The host rewards you with some of the dishes from a banquet table. Bathing in the moonlight, a moss-covered idol is hidden among the tall trees. You walk closer and see a fresh towel wrapped around it. The forest around you is silent. You meet a girl walking in the direction of Panteg. In her hands, she clutches a spindle that is emanating dark power. Old Yegor smirks, another of the spinner's victims. You call out to the peasant girl and convince her to get rid of the cursed spindle. Surprised, the girl follows your advice. You freeze with horror. A dead girl is dangling from a spruce tree's gnarled branch. You can't move. This strange fruit sways back and forth with a creak in the cold wind. She died recently. As soon as you draw a circle, two demons burst from the skin of the hanged girl. It seems that demons have reached the body before you. You feel at ease as you walk down the welcoming street of this village. A calm silence surrounds you. You almost pass through the village, but the silence is broken by loud laughter and the sounds of an accordion.
Vasilisa, is that you? Come on, join us.
don't have the time.
Come on. Your work is such a bore. 5 minutes here won't kill you.
Alright, I have a little bit of time.
You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song. On the field, you hear the steady sound of digging. Coming closer, you see a peasant moving the border of a field. The man looks startled when he sees you approach. He stops and calls out to you.
Is that you, Yegor?
It is I, with Vasilisa. God bless.
What are you looking at? I'm moving the border ditch. What of it?
Why are you moving the border ditch? You moved it quite far.
For good reason. The Petrov's workers cause me nothing but grief. Huh. I'll tell you what. If you curse the demons, I'll pay you.
You find a grassy meadow. Among other vegetation, you see one beautiful flower. It's blood red and bright even in the moonlight. You come closer and tie its stem with a silver thread. With a swift pull, you now have a new, valuable herb, Adam's Head. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way. All of a sudden, the tops of the trees rattle and clang. Alarmed, birds fly away, screaming in fear. You see a whirlwind filled with loose branches and dust from the road, headed your way, dissolving into hundreds of demons. Among this throng of unholy spirits, you see a girl in white. She has a noose around her neck. She tries to say something, but the enraged demons immediately summon a new whirlwind and fly away. Several imps stay behind to deal with you. You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, a dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer.
Wisdom will enter your heart and be good for your soul. The wisdom that lies upon dark pages is not that of madness. You cannot paint me as a liar.
The closer you are to the House of the Spinner, the more ominous the woods get. The decaying trunks of pines and spruces tower over the path like silent guardians. Your blood runs cold every other moment. You feel that the border between worlds is very thin in this part of the forest. You approach the skull hanging by the door. Suddenly, the bony head starts shaking. A burning coal that serves as an eye socket stops you in your tracks.
Oh, joy! And nowhere, are we? I'll take one of your eyes. I'm short one, you see.
I'd say that's the least of your problems.
Well, are you up to it?
I want to look around first.
So, how do you like this Izba? Ours is quite a bit cozier, isn't it? Go speak to that skull. He's a doorman of sorts here. That's the spinner for you, always thinking up something crazy.
What's with the yarn on the paths?
You see it, do you? Ordinary folk don't. The yarn bind some poor Christians to the spinner. It's a strong and dark sorcery. You had better go and speak to the doorman.
What do you mean, speak to the skull?
I mean that it used to be a Khaldun. Big effigies of swords. This one is used as a kind of test. It would be best if you passed the test. This woman knows me, you see, but she's not familiar with you.
What else should I know about the spinner?
Hush, child. These skulls report every little detail to that witch.
Ready to solve some riddles?
Wait, answer my questions first.
I have no answers for you. I only ask questions. Well, are you up to it?
Have it your way. Ask your riddles.
Listen to the first one, girl.
There's a hamlet, folks packed in tight. Come morning the cock crows, yet no man stands upright. A cemetery. Proper dead men do not rise from the graves.
Correct. You solved the riddle. Only that man don't rise in the morning. Believe me, I know. You may pass, or you may try to guess another.
Let's riddle some more.
Listen to the second riddle.
Lame chicks sing along, dry wood they haul. Wound up in a ditch, can't move an inch. The priests are singing for the dead. It's a funeral procession.
Correct. You guessed it. I remember those songs. You'll hear them too soon enough. You may pass, or you may try to guess another.
Let's riddle some more.
Steal a quine, tale of twine.
Steal a quine, tale of twine. Well, that's easy. I'm here to see the spinner after all. It's a needle and a thread.
Correct. You guessed it. Well, you may pass. We can riddle some more. No eyes involved, just like that, for curiosity's sake.
Let's riddle some more.
Listen to the fourth riddle.
Walks with no legs, sleeves with no arms, mouth with no speech. A shadow walks with no legs behind a man.
Huh, right you are. I can riddle you another one.
Let me crack one more.
The ship broke to bits over meadows and deeps, over cities and streets.
And no dukes can bring it anew. No money, no books. truth cannot be found in cities.
No, wrong.
Delay you any further?
All right then, I'm off to see the spinner.
Evening, Kapitolina Ivanovna.
I wanted to ask you about this yarn you have here and around the house.
This witchery is not yet for you, Vasilisa. It's not the same as sending fiends for milk, mind you.
We met your doorman. What of that skull?
Some lousy Khaldun. And Yerit Neek, God rest his soul. Hasn't served his time yet, so he helps me around the house.
We saw a dead girl in Villas of Woods.
That was Marfa, I would guess. Didn't have money for a love potion. Was quite desperate, I gather. Well, it serves her right.
I need a woven belt. A powerful one, Kapitolina Ivanovna.
Yes, I know you came for a belt.
Warned me that I should watch my mouth around the spinner. How should I answer her? You're known all across the Uyezd for weaving the best belts, Kapitolina Ivanovna.
So I am.
How am I supposed to answer that? I really don't know what to do with them. Well, make them suffer, of course. Give them some back-breaking work.
That's how you should treat them. Torment those filthy creatures. Only knowers can do some good. Well, turns out you're a good knower, girl. I'll give you a belt as a gift. Here, it's a good one.
Well done, Vasya. She's taking a liking to you. The meeting couldn't have gone better. All right, we've got the belt. Now we must plan our next moves. The cross is all that's left. In Yanidor, you'll find Evdokia Fokovna. They say her daughter was possessed by Ikota. So, did you get all that?
Who is that Ikotka?
Come on, don't you remember? This one time, a woman from Pokcha came to us, so that we could whisper some zagovors over her. And then a chort, size of a vershok, escaped from her.
Oh, so that was an Ikotnitsa.
Well, yes, this Ikota Chort talked with us for a bit, remember?
I really don't like dealing with the possessed.
Well, nothing can be done about that. So, did you get all that?
Where can we find that woman in Yanidor?
Her house is closer to the edge of the village, the one with carved gates. So, did you get all that?
What not to get? Go to the Ikotnitsa and take her cross.
Get out of here, you meddling kids, or you'll get it!
Run! He saw us!
Oh, Vasilisa! We saw such a scary thing! West of Yanidor, there's a scary Isba! Evil spirits live there for sure!
Why do you say that?
See for yourself! They say there used to be a party every day, but now it stands silent as the grave!
Well, Vasha, now I can say I've seen things. Cannon fire. A redoute, that's one thing. The devil himself, that's a whole different level.
What happened down there, in the war?
Bah, Vasha, you wouldn't be interested. This war was thought up by the devil and none other. That's for sure. I don't even want to remember. The thoughts alone make my hair white.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking of stepping right into the fire, if only something turned up. No, I'm not talking about something like a campfire. And I'm not planning on dying either. It's not the devil I have to overcome. Man's greatest enemy is himself. That's what I think.
man with rotten teeth and rotten eyes. You realize that it's a brigand. Traveling by night in Perm Gubernia is dangerous, and not only because of the evil spirits. The silence is broken by his hoarse voice.
Hey, what do we have here? A girl or something? Right. I'll let you go if you give me all your money.
It seems to me you can't see so well in the dark. I'm not traveling alone.
Come on over here, brigand boy. I fought the Turks, went toe-to-toe with demons, but your kind are the filthiest of all.
Looking upon the tall soldier, the brigand loses his confidence. He backs away and runs into the woods. In a hurry, he dropped his pouch. You go on your way. Near a small forest creek, you find a grassy meadow. Among other vegetation, you see one beautiful flower. It's blood red and bright even in the moonlight. You come closer and tie its stem with a silver thread. With a swift pull, you now have a new, valuable herb, Adam's Head. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way. Fir branches poke into the empty windows of an abandoned hut. You are overcome by an unpleasant feeling. There's a good reason they call this place haunted. You take the money and tell about the dead accordion player in the nearby village. It turns out that this man has been missing for several years. Walk through the forest. Grim trees hang from all sides, and strange noises are coming from the dark of the night. You freeze with fear when you notice two demons near an unearthed grave. They have already opened the coffin and are methodically skinning the dead body. Overcoming disgust, you open the black book. The first Zagavar will be yours. Having dealt with the demons, you look around. A narrow trail stretches from the grave to the forest. You remember hearing about this place. This overgrown trail leads to an old cemetery. You know about a cemetery nearby and decide to visit it. The tombstones that stand among the trees are enveloped in a gray fog. You look around, expecting an ambush, but everything is eerily quiet. You walk around the overgrown cemetery and look at the grave crosses while thinking of all the deaths that made this city of the dead. Who knows? Maybe Ikotniks were around in earlier times. Maybe some are buried here. You're in luck. The grave diggers have recently dug up a grave. It stands open, black and hungry, yet unoccupied. You scoop a small amount of fresh cemetery dirt into a sack and whisper some Zagavers. This soil will make your witchcraft stronger. You pray for the repose of the souls that lie in this cemetery. The night is silent. You calm down and rest a bit. You hear a whip crack. Shrieking in pain, some unfortunate soul is being driven to hell by a devil. You pause in hesitation. Is this sinner's soul worth a fight with hatred? He bares his claws and approaches you, completely forgetting about his prey. The sinner runs to the forest without wasting any time. The demon's furious roar attracts another one of his kind. To buy some time for the sinner, you immediately start reading Zagavers. In the shady ravine lies a great stone. It has the mark of a foot on its top that's filled with morning dew. There are quite a few candles around it. Here and there you notice offerings from the peasants of Yanidor. You see a swamp ahead. The damp soil squishes under your feet. You become cold and uncomfortable. Suddenly, a white ghost of a calf appears from the bog. It looks at you and does not move. You realize that the white calf was, in fact, a treasure. If you'd hit it, it would have burst apart into coins. Regretfully, most treasures are guarded by demons. Unprepared to take this risk, you quickly run away from the ghost. At the crossroads of two trade routes, you see the annual fair. Despite the late hour, trading is still taking place. Perhaps you might buy something for your journey. A multitude of goods can be found. Prianics, as well as a variety of magic trinkets. There's something for everyone here.
Be wise and go forth. Knowledge will serve as your daily bread.
Buy an amulet and a trinket. Buy a potion and drink it. You'll be as healthy as a boar, demons fleeing from your roar.
The players are carried away by a game of Durak. Yanidor is covered with a bright pre-dawn mist. Amidst the hollow silence, you hear sounds of the village waking up. With old Yegor's directions, you quickly find the house of Yevdakia Fokovna. Nikolai knocks on the carved gates, and you are soon greeted by the hostess.
Yevdakia Fokovna, God bless.
God bless.
God bless indeed. And who might you be?
We've come to speak to your daughter.
Ha! Came to make fun of my Akulina. I won't let you. Leave us alone.
Oh, we wouldn't dare. We want to help her.
Help her? Many have tried. None have succeeded. What makes you think you can?
I know how your daughter is suffering. That's why I want to help. I know how.
The old Church of Transfiguration, a grim shadow in the crimson twilight of the early hours. The domes of this building tower silently over you. Hundreds of years and dozens of generations have passed under its roof. You can feel the wisdom stored within these majestic walls.
Now we have a cross. You see, Vasha, ask and ye shall receive.
Why you calling a rattlebox?
Hush, Proshka. be angry, Grandpa. He may be of use to us yet.
All right, we'll see if it works out. Well, you've got all the items you need. Now we can try freeing your bride. We can charm and skin you alive so fast that you won't know what hit you. So, Vasya, you must prepare yourself properly. Perhaps you have some questions.
What is that, Abdericha?
Who knows where this one came from? These things all emerge in different ways. They say a bannik settles in a banya where 40 children were born. Is it an accident or not? Only the Abdericha can answer that. Perhaps you have some questions.
What kind of ritual should we perform? I don't remember you teaching me any such things.
I've never saved changelings from the banyas. I think you will need to go down beneath the floor. The bannik will test you there. You have all the right items, but don't forget your wits. Perhaps you have some questions.
Time to hit the road.
I still wonder how word gets out in the land of Perm. I traveled to Vilgord. No one fears me like they used to anymore. Must have heard that I transferred the power to you.
Why would the Banya bride need this sort of things?
I reckon it's the only way she can get out of the ethereal world. She needs things from the human world. You see, there's no living man without a cross, a belt, and a name. This girl never had any of that.
So why weren't you killed at the crossroads?
So the fiends circled around me. Sure, he suffers. I will.
What did you do with the Chorts?
Send them to kill Prokopy. In the end, everyone thought he had drank one too many. But it was my Chorts. That's not the end of it. But I'm tired. Next time I will tell you about the Black Book.
Well, what do you want? Can't you see? I'm all cozy here on the sleeping bench. I'm sleepy. Ask what you wanted. I need to sleep. Got tired.
Why did you transform into a cat?
Cats kill people. For protection, that is why.
Wanted to learn more about you. What were you doing before Akulina?
All right, I'll tell you. It's a long story, mind you.
You were Susietka over there in church, or were you from some other place?
In the church, I remember that well. But what was there before that building? Damn it. Can't quite remember. Let's talk a bit later. Maybe my memory will return.
What kind of demon are you, Ikota?
That's how fiends are called. Ikota. They possess people, that is. You know that. Wish to learn more? Any demon can become Ikota. Climb up on someone, got it, that's it. People will call you Ikota. Bet you can do it better than me.
Let's go. We'll talk later.
Listen, Vaisa, I have a problem. Before we go searching for the charts, can you help me with this business of mine? There is this old friend of mine.
All right. It's not far after all.
Right. Just a couple of hours away. Not far from Yenidor.
Wait! I lived in Sloboda when I was younger. I remember I had a stash there. Take it, Vasilisa. You might need it.
Dome of the chapel, and then Pantina village itself. Tired from journeying, Nikolai walks into the first izba he sees to have a mug of kvass and to catch his breath. You grow weary. Something isn't right about this building. The gloomy hosts serve you and your companion, keeping you on the opposite side of the central beam. Judging by their faces, it seems to you that all is not right in this house. You quickly scan the room and the inner porch. No demons are to be found, so you go outside. When you raise your head, your suspicions are confirmed. A demon sits on the roof, lazily swatting at mosquitoes. You whisper your Zagaver, and the disgruntled Chort flies away with an audible squeak. Looks like he's been sitting on this roof for quite a while. You wonder why he decided to settle here in the first place. Chances are, a Khaldun sent him here for a job, but forgot all about him. A dry wind drives small whirlwinds along the road in front of the person who is walking towards you. You calm Nikolai down. This Zagavor peddler is familiar to you.
And be good for your soul.
You easily find Yegor's herb stash on the outskirts of the village. In the gallbets of an abandoned izba, you find a pot that is covered in dust. As soon as you pick it up, chorts appear. It seems old Yegor left behind his herbs, along with those guarding them. Recognizing an heir of the old Khaldun, the Chorts flee in horror. You open the clay jar and indeed discover a multitude of useful herbs. Even dry, they haven't lost their magical properties. A lively small river pierced the sandy bank here, forming a wall above the noisy water. You see a strange, dark figure sitting by the water. You sense it's not a demon, but not quite a regular human either. When you come closer, you see it's the Holy Fool with her revolting smile.
A witch and a soldier. What a pair. A lord and a lady.
God bless. Is this the way to Sloboda?
No time for you. No time.
The woman abruptly jumps up and with impressive agility disappears into the bushes.
A strange woman. Gives me the creeps. Might she be a witch or a demon?
No, doesn't look like it. But I did sense something odd.
Well, Sloboda is close.
Well, he went missing quite a long time ago. We've been searching for him for a week or two already, right? Must have fell into a bog of some sort. God rest his soul.
Well, well. He might turn up yet.
God willing.
Tell me about your swamps.
They are called Kasyan swamps. Kasyan is, but one thing is for sure. The paths through these swamps are winding. One could easily lose their way.
Did he go missing before?
In the middle of the summer? Never. During the hunting season it is to be expected. He went away for a long time.
What happened to her?
She used to be an ordinary gal, but then her husband passed away. And her child followed him. Since then she has gone mad. Left the village and built a hut in the swamps. Lives off a pittance.
Where can we find her?
She lives in the swamps to the north of here, in a crooked little hut. Haven't seen it, but people talk. Though if I were you, I would keep away from those swamps. A dark place. We rarely pass there, only if you want to take a shortcut to Yenidor.
What might she discuss with Rafim?
Devil knows. Ask her herself.
On our way, we ran into a frightening woman.
That was Lucaria. Who else? Every village has its black sheep. We have Lucaria.
Kola, if you remember, the woman told us that she hasn't seen Trafim.
Right. Something's fishy here.
And questioned the mistress.
Wait, you're not a knower, are you? Could you fix our creek? It's a bit to the west.
A river flow has burst out from the overgrown slope and gurgles down the wooden trough to the crooked platform, long since rotted through and obviously forgotten. You sense ancient devil sorcery nearby, and unwittingly tighten your grip on the book. By intuition, you look under the platform. You were right. You meet the gaze of a devil idol, dug from the earth by the flow of the river. Looks like the local peasants are deterred by this ancient sorcery. You hold out your hand and grip the bronze goddess with the tips of your fingers. The moment you start to pull on it, a hairy paw grabs your arm. The ancient artifact is protected by Chuj spirits. Swamp water glitters menacingly with the sharply pointed stars of the night sky. Nikolai walks in front of you as you pass over hillocks and dry ground. He says that during the service, he had to find his way through even nastier swamps. In the dawn mist, you can finally make out the izba you're looking for. Its black windows gaze at you like the eyes of a dead man. Cockroaches scatter as you open the crooked door. Inside, the izba is even grimier. You smell rot and desolation. You flinch. A shadow ran by the window to the forest. Though you lost the fool in the dark, Nikolai follows her tracks as if you were following her in broad daylight. You step under the thick canopy of the unwelcoming forest and pause. You hear a terrible crunch in front of you that evokes the image of dry bones. You're greeted by a huge chort.
No, wait! Wicked people! Villains!
Changeling. Lord, she nursed her changeling for so long. Soon it outgrow the forest itself. It's clear now. No one grows that much eating regular food.
You're a changeling, you damned witch!
Where did you get the changeling?
There's no changeling here. Only my girl, my Lucaria.
You won't learn anything from her.
It's so unlikely we'd find the girl. Who knows how long it took for it to grow that much? Who knows how much dreadful food? I don't even want to think about it.
Where is Trefim, you hysterical woman?
Kolya, look around. She's been feeding a demon. Feeding it with people.
My child must eat, yes. He needs food to grow.
Cursed woman. I'll show you how to kill people.
Wait, let's question her first. Step aside. We'll banish this demon.
Banish yourself, you filth. Leave me and my Lucaria alone. Begone. Begone!
We can't leave this chort alone. The next thing you know, he'll feast on Sloboda and Pantina.
That won't happen. We'll burn it. I have to do it. For Trefim's sake.
Begone!
There's no talking to her. Her mind is gone.
Here is what I think. She's as guilty for my friend's death as the demon. Who knows how many more died because of her? She has to pay for her evil deeds.
We can't do that. We're not executioners.
A A sudden jerk, and the holy fool is consumed by flames. Nikolai tries in vain to pull the unfortunate woman out of the fiery trap. In several moments, she has passed to the other world, following her beloved changeling.
And the Banitsa vanished? And here I am.
Ah, don't worry. I'm not trying to curse you or anything.
I don't know what to do now.
So, Kolya, are you going to make good on your word?
I sure am.
Though I need to go there with Vasilisa first. You'll find your Aspen demon there.
Remember I asked you to question the Abduriha about an Aspen demon?
She switched me with an Aspen chort, it turns out. This chort now lives with my family. With my mother and father.
That's where we'll go. That's the kind of demon I need.
Good, I remember the way.
She's gone. I doubt she can follow you.
It's not so easy to get rid of her. Soon she'll revive in the dark. She can't die. I'm not entirely in the human world, to tell the truth. Until I'm married, she can bring me back.
Are you still alive after 18 years?
Nothing to it, really. The Banya stove is lit. We're with her. Her mind has grown weak, sort of. She's rather old, but she's also taught me things. She's taught me quite a bit. I am an ogre myself, to a certain extent.
Let's go then.
Feels like it was all in a dream.
I felt this way also. when I first stepped into the ethereal world.
I feel as if I've been asleep for all my life.
They say the changelings learn a lot from evil spirits.
That's true. The Binding's been teaching me better. Well, now I know quite a bit.
Like a witch?
Well, maybe not like a witch. I'm nowhere close to you. I know a thing or two, though, about herbs, talismans, and so on. Maybe I'll help you sometime.
Were the other children with you?
There were. Not for long, though.
Other children.
That's the thing. Not everyone lives through it. Some are strangled by chords. Some perish from sadness. I had friends, you know.
How does it feel to finally be in a human house?
It's exactly the way I imagined it. A different world entirely. There used to be undead, darkness. But here, there is life.
Let's go. We'll talk later.
Hello to you, witch! The talk of the West is that you're a powerful knower, so I came to you. I brought some bread. It's stale, but it's all I have. There's an Yertnik in our cemetery terrorizing the entire area. She died, you see, but hadn't passed on her shorts. You know how it goes.
You hear the loud cries of an infant coming from the woods. Is this a demon's trick or an actual child? You can't tell from here. You bring the child to the closest village. You notice a familiar silhouette of the wooden church among the branches. You decide to come inside and rest a bit from the long road. When you come closer, you understand that this church has been long since abandoned. The windows are boarded up, and here and there you can see holes in the walls, as black as empty eye sockets. To the darkness. After a moment, your eyes adjust to the darkness. A swarm of chorts turned this abandoned church into a gambling den. A mix of pig, goat, and horse snouts are staring into their cards. They haven't noticed you. The village houses are frozen still, waiting for the dawn. At the village edge, you notice the bent shadow of an abandoned izba. Inside, you notice a crooked doorway to a galbietz and an ink-black cellar behind it. You peek inside. The cellar has been buried beneath the earth and broken boards for a long time now. You hear the lingering sounds of songs long known to you. At one of the izbas, you see a late-running vichorka. It may be worth stopping to listen for a while. You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
виноград зеленый, Иванушка хороший, Иван. Садится розан мой, розан, виноград зеленый, на коня садится, да конь он взвеселится. Розан мой, розан, виноград зеленый.
At night, the roads of Perm province are not the safest of places for the common folk. This time, it is not demons that block your path, but rather 3 highwaymen. Broshka approaches the bandits and, with a human voice, casually asks for a smoke. The bandits flee to the forest in horror. Broken. They stand in the dark like a squad of silent soldiers, each one staring at you blindly. You remember that this is the cemetery where the old hag Manka was buried. She was a famous witch Ikotnik. You search the silent cemetery and feel your skin crawl, a sign that evil spirits are nearby. One of the graves is dug up as if by a wild beast. You come closer. You almost fall over, but hold on to an old cross. Immediately, you realize that the old witch left her demons inside the crucifix. You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, a dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer.
Is not that of madness. You cannot paint me as a liar.
It seems the witch doctor expected your visit. She must have learned about it from her chorts. Her entire house is filled with fragrant, dried herbs. It seems this is the place to buy some useful ones. You finally reach the Changeling Bride's home village. Houses are scattered among grim firs. You feel the presence of evil spirits, and the book also seems to tremble with anticipation. You soon find the Izba, where the presence of evil spirits is strongest. As you approach, you hear the shrill cries of a baby coming from inside. The bride bites her lip and shifts from one foot to the other. You sigh. You'll need to make the first move.
Who goes there? My baby can't sleep. What do you need?
Your child is a demon. See for yourself. The Abderiha's changeling lies in the cradle, looking exactly like a human baby. How can I make him show his true form?
You lift the baby and quickly toss it over your shoulder.
Christ's kingdom, what are you doing, you witch?
Take a look at who you're raising.
The crying baby turns into a piece of wood.
Step aside. Hide over the stove.
As soon as the mother and daughter climb above the stove, the log attacks you. The bride tells her mother who she is. They hug. You can only guess how it feels to lose 18 years of your life. At the same time, the log turns into black smoke and sweeps into the black book. You feel dizzy. The world turns around you in a violent gale, disappearing in flames. Everything becomes dark.
Impressive. In only a week's time, the first seal is gone. All that's left is to open the seal. As I told you, you are very talented.
Who are you and why do you drag me into this hole? Why shouldn't I feed you to my book?
And lose such an invaluable helper, Agilus. It is I who empower them. They would not be as strong without me in your service. You will learn the nature of such things in time.
So what do I do now? Where do I find the next evil spirit?
You can't figure this out yourself? Imagine it won't be difficult to find Everdgenoi. Not in your neck of the woods.
What happened to that log? Why was it sucked into the book?
Surely you don't think you get your wishes for free. Some spirits just vanish, absorbed by the book. Others possesses power enough to break the seal.
Who did it before me?
People of greatness who became greater when they reached the end of the Black Book. Black Book makes wishes come true. It can be used in many ways. You should think about how you can use it.
Why are the seals blocked with passes? Was the book written by the people of Perm?
Nothing of the sort. The book changes, adapts. I think the book has been testing you. If you could not figure out the primitive symbols of the truths, you would be unworthy of it.
It's time for me to return to the light.
Is that all you wished to ask?